Thank you for attending the virtual roadshow. And I'm talking to Nwdc from the Northwest Development Corporation.
Hi, my name is Nwdc. I am the SME manager of the Northwest Development Corporation, and I'm glad to be part of the SME Roadshow. Thank you.
Nwdc, please can you share an overview of the Northwest Development Corporation and the province as a whole?
Well, the Northwest Development Corporation is the entity of the province of the Northwest government. We fall under the Northwest Department of Economic Development, and our core mandate is to develop SMEs throughout the entire province. And the main function is funding and support for the SMEs in all sectors of the economy. We don't segregate the economy. And Northwest being the rural province, our SME mostly are the micro ones. The definition of SME, it is a small, medium, and micro enterprises. The majority of our SMEs are the micro ones. And we do funding largely what we call bridging finance, which is the finance for people who have obtained tenders or orders at the departments, and then those are the ones that that constitute the large majority of our funding portfolio. Well, Northwest is mainly mining and agricultural province. When it comes to the issues of mining, a majority of our SME get contracted on the mines, some of them to, the big organizations like mines are supposed to support SMEs. So part of their mandate is what is not core mandate to them, they give to SMEs in terms of tenders. You may find an SME who has been given a tender on the mines to do their transportation of materials that they want. Some of them transport the staff from their compounds or where they stay to their site, and some of them are given opportunity to clean what they call conveyor belts underground. The clearing of conveyor belts and the lubrication of conveyor belts and stuff like that, it's done by SMEs, which is not the mine's main core business will be mining. Yes, those are the ones that we get, yes. But again, we are a large agricultural province, and the SMEs that come to us, some of them are involved in mining. They would like to, you will see SMEs who are into broiling, that is chicken broiling, and some are involved in goat rearing and sheep, and as well as cattle. So we are involved in those SMEs too. There we partner with the Department of Agriculture because our side of the story is to fund the business part of it. But the Department of Agriculture will come in the advisory and the vetting part of it, of the business, yes.
For new SMEs in particular, what are some of the main opportunities currently available in the province?
Well, when it comes, basically we fund, and then when it comes to support, we partner with the institutions in the province that are active, that are accredited to do training, Small Enterprise Development Agency, which is SEDA, and we also partner with NYDA for the youth. Because we have blueprint all over the province, throughout the province. Our job is to coordinate and facilitate the trainings, and then and join the two, our clients or potential clients or SMEs on the ground together with the training institutions that has to come and train. Be it SEDA, NYDA, any other, including the national ones also. We are actually the link between the national and the provincial SMEs. Well, our criteria is that the business must be registered. It must have a clear tax clearance from SARS, and a person must be, or a business must be within the Northwest boundaries. From there, we look at the sector, what sector it is. Some sectors need licensing, like the liquor license for those that are involved in the liquor trade. The guest houses, they are also accredited by the authority in the town, maybe even in the villages. But one of the key importance about NWDC is that we are largely a rural province. We fund in the areas where others don't find it easy to fund because of the setup that we are in. You know, when you establish a business in any locality, you are given a site of where you're going to operate, and you build your own structure, or you build a structure through funding. But in rural areas, in the villages, you don't get the title deed that you get in the town. And we, as a Northwest Development Corporation, have made a relationship with tribal authorities to be able to function with the permits that the tribal authorities are given. And largely the commercial banks or the traditional funding institutions don't accept that as the ownership of property that you are doing. We fund without security that is traditional, but we would like a person to give commitment to the business that we fund. We have all types of businesses in rural areas. An example that I can give you is it's a filling station. A filling station, we funded the structure that for the building of the filling station. We funded the equipment. We also funded the initial stock. Now, when you are in the rural area, you will never get a title deed, but you will get what is called the tribal resolution. And that does not give you a proof of ownership of the business, but it gives you permission to make use of the land. But we have made a good relationship with the tribal authorities in the areas we are able to fund, and our security will be the relationship we build with them. That the premises has been funded by us, then it will be ours until we have finished, the person has finished paying us the loan back.
How would you describe the state of entrepreneurship in the Northwest Province?
The majority of our SMMEs fall under the micro level. When you look at the Small Business Act or the Small Enterprise Act, you will see that the SMMEs can be as small as anything, but can be also as big as anything. The definition is in terms of the turnover, as well as number of people employed, as well as the gross asset value. So a village tuck shop will not even feature on the definition. It's below the definition, because the definition would want you, if you are in let me say in the retail sector, when it says that the person who is in the retail sector, who is micro, should at least have 5 employees. An SME may be himself or herself, plus a family member who's not even employed on a full-time basis. So it's just a one-person business. And the asset value thereof, it may be, okay, 100,000. But you may find that the SME does not even have anything except the license, because it's our requirement that the person must be licensed. The only asset that the person has, perhaps it is the license that the person has acquired from the CIPC. Well, I come from the SME unit of the Northwest Development Corporation. The Northwest Development Corporation has got also other departments. There is a department of property where we build industries and light industrial park throughout the province, particularly in areas where there are no development. But we also have the Trade and Investment Unit, which is the one that brings investment into the province. And this unit that brings investment into the province also brings investors into the province who would like to partner with SMMEs in the province, and that is how we do the linkages. Our colleagues in all different departments will liaise with us because we are the ones who are interacting with SMMEs on the ground. That is how we function. But we also are establishing an SEZ in the Northwest, the Special Economic Zone. We also, through the Trade and Investment Unit, bring in investors through that department as well. Well, we are called upon to come and make presentation on a number of workshops that are held by government departments. And when we get invited, we hear that the most important thing that SMME wants is funding. But our experience has shown that maybe funding is the second one. The first one that SMME really wants is support and training and how to run their businesses and support for SMME to develop, and then funding may come later. Now, in our area, as I said, we part of the job creation in rural areas is for people to be self-employed. So they look at the need and they get in there, but the person has to be trained how to run a business, has to be trained in the ethics of business. Some that are developed will tell you that I've got a bankable business plan in my hand, but the bankability of business plan cannot be divorced from the person or the capacity of a person or management team that will manage that business. So it is important for us to train these people, give them capacity to run business efficiently, then funding may come. So that is the education we are spreading throughout the province at the moment.
What are the strengths of the people of the Northwest as well as the natural resources?
Look, one of the critical things for the Northwest province is that we are also a tourist attraction area. And I see and realize that SMMEs are now venturing into game farming. You know, the game resorts, the small lodges that you find along roadsides, along busy corridors throughout the province that leads into Botswana, that lead into Namibia. We have those corridors. There's a lot of development happening around the corridors. We have an area called Hartbeespoort. If you go through that area, you will see a number of lodges that develop along the roadside. And that is where we are active in funding those people, in developing those people, in training those people, in bringing in other entities at the national level that are involved in tourism and in hospitality in general to give our people capacity to be competitive in the hospitality environment. There's so much employment, but it also has got, as you know, the lodges, some of them are keeping wild animals. Some of them also have to comply to laws and acts that the government introduces. It's a lot for an SMME alone without support to know all these things. So an organization like ours is very important to bring in the stakeholders in hospitality, in environmental development, all of those. We bring them together and then we make stakeholder relations that develop the entirety of SMEs. The ones that are new and emerging, the one that we pride ourselves with is the SMEs that are getting, you know, we've got a very big lodge or a resort in Northwest, the Sun City Resort. It's a pity because we are under lockdown, but activities that are happening there, like the golf, the annual golf day that's happening there. SMMEs are very active there. But that facility, we have made SMMEs, the ones that are producing fresh vegetables, the ones that are producing, they don't only just make the plow vegetables and supply them as they are packaging, they are beneficiation, they are doing a lot. Restaurants around Johannesburg, when early morning you see the buggies that are driving on the roads from Northwest into the restaurants there, it's because our SMMEs have plowed the fresh vegetables, the mushrooms, and they have in their small warehouses beneficiated the product and kept them well and packaged them well, and then they supply them. So beneficiation of agricultural products is one major thing in the Northwest at the moment. We have quite a number of businesses that are doing beneficiation. Yes, we have assisted them. There are quite a number of them.
Do you have any messages that you would like to share with SMME owners?
Yeah, what we are doing at the moment is to make SMME realize that the funding for SMME or funding of businesses is quite a large sector itself. They must also consider what we call credit funding, not even funding from funding institutions like us, but credit funding from suppliers themselves. So we are both educating the suppliers and the prospective customers how to operate in the credit facility, where a person will get resources or raw materials from a supplier for a credit, and the package that transaction in such a way that there is no need for SMME to go to Nwdc or facility to go and make a loan. But the ecosystem themselves are able to produce a financial package that is able for SMMEs to thrive and get the support that they want, that would otherwise have required financial loan. That is what we are pioneering at the moment. The priority group in government, they are women, youth, and people with disability. But also the youth. We are now in the fourth industrial revolution, and I can see they use a lot of technology themselves. It is an opportunity for them to get in there, particularly in the entertainment and communication areas, like where we have platforms that we use to communicate because of the pandemic at the moment. Those are the platforms to exploit for young people to participate and establish themselves as business people. Including, of course, not only platform, including also the maintenance and the supply of the gadgets that are used on these platforms. Yes, and also give yourself skills to be a service provider in executing this skill. It is more critical. It's even more helpful because the SMME wouldn't go into a classroom situation to learn about things. He will learn or she will learn of things on hand as they happen, and there is no better education than that. And they will learn, but also there are things that you will learn through experience more than you will learn through learning through a classroom situation type of education. Well, it's just to encourage people to consider SMME or self-employment as a job creation, but one doesn't have to think big. We would like people to come slowly from the lowest and then move up, but also consider partnering, because it is important when you partner, you already partner with somebody who knows, and then you will learn as you go along. It is important to consider partnering.
That's great. Thanks so much, Welani.
Well, it has been fun to be part of this roadshow, Anyone who would like to get hold of us can go to our website, www.nwdc.co.za, or you can contact us on 018-386-3663. Thank you very much.
That was Nwdc from the Northwest Development Corporation.